tell a child over and over again that the note on the first space is going to sound higher than the note on the first line. But until some see it, or until some actually put their finger on the first line, then the first space, they are going to have difficulty grasping the concepts that you are trying to teach. When we teach, whether we teach children or adults, we need to utilize the 3 gateways of learning: hearing, doing, and seeing. This will ensure that each of your students are able to take in and utilize the information you are giving them. How do we get from here
keep singing
to here? When I begin with a new group of vocal students, I have 2 goals I want to accomplish with them. The first goal is that each student will learn to hear and match pitches. The second is that each student will begin to recognize and sing stepwise pitches. Let me demonstrate some of the methods I use to accomplish these goals. I will begin with helping each student hear and match pitches. I first help them to distinguish between their speaking voices and their singing voices. Repeat after me. I whisper like this. I whisper like this. I yell like this.
I yell like this.
I speak like this.
I speak like this.
I sing like this.
I sing like this.
Good. Now, most of you got that, and some of you still stayed in your speaking voice, but I want you to go switch the channel, come up here. Just hold on to that channel for a minute and say, I speak like this.
I speak like this.
Now, click that channel. Oh, do it. Oh. Good, and that is your singing voice. Then I sing a note and ask them individually to match my note. Using a target here can be quite helpful to those who are visual learners. I show them on the target if their pitch was too high or too low. Then ask them to listen again to my pitch and try singing it back to me. There are other techniques to reinforce tone matching. One is to sing directly into the student's ear. Come on up here. I want you to listen to the note again. Do. Now try. Do. Yes, that was perfect. We had a student who could only match pitches when I stood on the side of her and sang into her ear. We spent the whole first year with her just doing this. She has now been with us for quite a few years, and not only reads and sings well in both the junior and senior songsters, but she also helps me with ear training in the beginner group. Another technique for reinforcing tone matching is to slide up or down from one pitch to the next, beginning with the student's pitch and ending on the pitch given by the teacher.
And down.
For those who have very high pitches, we can use the second gateway of learning, doing. Having them visualize holding a balloon and pulling the balloon down as their own pitch slides down often help. For many children, the problem of their not being able to match pitches stems from the simple fact that their vocal cords have never been stretched. This is especially true with children who have low speaking voices.
My name is Roberto Alberto and I'm 10 years old.
Using the third gateway, seeing, can be helpful here. Our vocal cords are like a rubber band. The more we stretch them, the higher we will be able to sing. I spend time each week helping the students to stretch their vocal cords. Mimicking various high-pitched sounds provides a fun yet effective way of stretching a child's vocal cords. These cards can be homemade or bought inexpensively. These types of sounds allow the children to experience what vocalists call using their head voice, which means that the sound resonates in their head rather than down in their chest. The result is a purer and more pleasant sound. I have had several students who could not match pitches using their chest voices, but could do it using their head voices. Once a child is able to match basic pitches, he or she is ready to learn to recognize and sing stepwise pitches. For those who learn best by doing, you can make a large staff on the floor using masking tape and have the children take small steps or large steps according to the pitch progressions that you sing to them. Later on, this same floor staff can be used for a fun game of musical twister, in which the leader calls out, "Right hand on G, left foot on A." For the visual learners, a large staff where they can easily see and point to pitches is quite helpful. I try to move quickly from the large staff on the floor or board to actual music that they hold in their hands. Many will still need some reinforcement on a large staff, but most make the transition to written music quite easily. Some children who have had trouble matching pitches may still progress here by doing simple reading, because the written music visually reinforces what they may have missed orally. At the beginning, I sing along quite a bit with them so that they become comfortable with the pitches that they are reading. Later, the group sings without me, and eventually each student sings alone.
Perfect.
It is easy for children at this stage to feel overwhelmed by the number of notes on the page. They will often lose their place and feel discouraged. Following the notes with their finger will help them keep their place in the music. Although this beginner group is not ready for performing in worship, they can sing a sight singing exercise that they have mastered in a Sunday school or recital setting. Recognizing our young people for their musical achievements is very important to their continued progress. Having achieved these basic goals, they are now ready to be commissioned to the Junior Songster Brigade, which is the intermediate vocal group.